You're sitting across the room. Your cat is staring out the window, completely still, laser focused, and then that sound. It's not a meow. It's not a hiss. It's this bizarre, almost mechanical chattering, like your cat is trying to speak Morse code with its jaw. You've heard it before, maybe dozens of times. You laughed at it. You filmed it. You probably sent it to someone with zero caption. Because honestly, what do you even write? But here's the thing. You never knew what it actually meant. Or this one, that tiny, musical burp when your cat walks past you in the hallway. Is it saying hello? Asking for food? Just narrating its day out loud? And the chirp. Short, bright, almost bird-like, from a cat. You've heard all of these, maybe today. How many times have you listened without understanding a single word? That ends right now. Welcome back to the Curious Cat Mind. I'm your host, and this is Series 3, The Secret Language of Cats. Today we're decoding the sounds that make cat owners stop mid-sentence and say, wait, what was that? Chirping, chattering, trilling. These three vocalizations are some of the most misunderstood sounds in feline communication, and also some of the most specific. Unlike a generic meow, which can mean a dozen different things depending on context, these three sounds each carry a very precise emotional and instinctual message. When your cat chatters, it isn't doing something random. When it trills, it isn't just making noise. Every single one of these sounds has a meaning, and by the end of this video, you will know exactly what it is. We're going to break down 7 distinct variations, explain the evolutionary science behind why cats make these sounds at all. I'll give you a quick reference decoder you can actually use in real life. And yes, we are going to teach you how to talk back. Let's go. Sound number 1, the window chatter. This is chattering. And almost always, it happens at a window with prey in view. A bird that just landed on the fence, a squirrel crossing the yard, an insect crawling on the outside of the glass. The jaw moves fast, teeth clicking together in rapid bursts. The cat's body is rigid, eyes wide and unblinking. The sound is somewhere between clicking and stuttering. Ekikekek, almost mechanical. This is not random. This is your cat in full predator mode, but blocked. The current leading theory among animal behaviorists is that chattering mimics the kill bite. It's the precise jaw motion a cat uses to sever the spinal cord of prey during a hunt. The cat is rehearsing the strike it cannot execute, because there's a pane of glass between it and everything it was born to do. What your cat is saying, I see it, I want it, I cannot get there. This is genuinely agonizing. Some researchers also suggest that chattering may serve a second purpose, that the sound itself is an attempt to acoustically mimic prey, particularly birds, in order to lure them closer. We'll come back to that idea in the science section, because it is fascinating. But the emotional red, the thing to understand in the moment, your cat is intensely focused, mildly frustrated, and operating at the outer edge of its instinctual drive. Sound number 2, the indoor hunt chatter. Same jaw motion, same rapid clicking sound. But this time your cat is inside, tracking a feather wand across the floor, or watching a fly make lazy circles near the ceiling. This is the play chatter. The intensity is lower than the window version. The body is looser. It sometimes comes in shorter bursts, mixed with brief stalking pauses, where the cat goes completely still before moving again. What your cat is saying, I'm hunting. Genuinely, don't interrupt me. This is your cat's predator brain, fully engaged. When you see this during a play session, that is not silliness. That is not your cat being goofy for your entertainment. That is your cat in its most natural, healthy behavioral state, doing exactly what its nervous system was designed to do. This is what play is supposed to feel like for them. If your cat chatters during play, it means the session is working. Sound number 3, the chirp. The chirp is brief, bright, and has a rising tone like a question. You'll hear it most often when your cat spots something interesting out of nowhere. A bird that just landed on a nearby branch. A bug that appeared on the wall. The laser dot blinking into existence on the floor. The chirp comes fast, 1 or 2 syllables, and it sounds almost surprised, like your cat just caught itself being excited. What your cat is saying. Oh, did you see that? Are you seeing what I'm seeing right now? Some cats direct chirps at their owners, not just at prey. In that context, it shifts slightly. It becomes a soft attention grab, a way of saying, "Hey, look at this with me." The emotional content is still excitement, still a kind of urgency, but aimed at you rather than a window. Sound number 4. The greeting trill. We shift gears completely now. If chattering is predator mode, trilling is the opposite. It is the warmest sound a cat makes. The trill is a closed-mouth vocalization. The sound comes through the nose and throat, rolling and melodic, with a gentle upward curve at the end. It feels musical, soft, unhurried. You hear it when your cat walks through a doorway and notices you, when it approaches after a long nap, stretches, and decides you're worth acknowledging. Sometimes, just as it passes by, a brief rolling note offered like a small wave. What your cat is saying. Hello, I'm happy you're here. Everything is fine. This is a positive affiliation sound, the feline equivalent of a warm greeting, between two people who genuinely like each other. Your cat is relaxed, comfortable, and choosing to communicate with you specifically. It isn't asking for anything. It isn't reacting to anything. It's just letting you know it's glad you exist. Here is something worth knowing. Cats primarily trill at individuals they are bonded with. Their human family, cats they live peacefully alongside. Strangers rarely receive trills. New people in the house rarely receive trills. If your cat trills at you regularly, you have achieved genuine, earned feline trust. That is not nothing. Sound number 5. The recall trill. Mother cats use a specific version of the trill to communicate with their kittens. It's slightly longer, often repeated, and has a directional quality to it, a clear signal to follow. Adult cats sometimes use this exact same vocalization with the humans they live with. Your cat walks toward its food bowl, trilling back at you over its shoulder. Or it moves toward a door, pauses, and trills in your direction. Or it leads you somewhere in the house with that rolling, repeated sound that carries a very clear instruction. What your cat is saying. Come, follow me. I have something I want to show you, or something I need from you, and I would like you to move now. This is not a request in the way we might ask someone politely. This is a behavioral instruction, the same communication pattern. Your cat learned from its mother in the earliest weeks of its life. And the fact that it uses this with you means something remarkable. Your cat has genuinely integrated you into its family structure. It is treating you the way a mother cat treats a kitten, with the assumption that you will understand and follow. Sound number 6. The happiness chirp trill combo. Some cats blend sounds in a way that is almost impossible to describe, but immediately recognizable once you hear it. A rolling trill that pops upward into a tiny chirp at the end. Brrp. Like a sentence that couldn't quite contain itself. You'll hear this most often during petting, when your cat is genuinely content and slightly overwhelmed with positive feeling. It can also appear during enthusiastic play, or when your cat greets you after you've been away for a while. What your cat is saying. This is wonderful, and I have so many feelings, and I don't entirely know what to do with them. This combination sound is associated with high positive arousal in cats. Not stress, not overstimulation in a negative sense, but the kind of joy that is almost too large to stay quiet about. It is your cat at peak happiness, letting the feeling come out as sound. If you hear this while your cat is in your lap, put your phone down, close the laptop, be completely present. This particular moment, this specific combination of sound and presence and trust is genuinely rare. Sound number 7. The silent chatter. Sometimes you watch a cat at a window and realize almost no sound is coming out. The jaw is moving. The expression is completely there. The intensity, the rigid focus, the wide eyes. The motion is identical to full chattering, but it's nearly silent. This is the highest intensity form of prey-focused chattering. The cat is so deeply locked into predator mode, so close to an overwhelming instinctual response, that the vocalization almost collapses entirely inward. What your cat is saying. I am operating at the absolute limit of my self-control right now. Do not speak to me. Think of it as a cat, holding its breath during the most critical moment of a hunt. The focus has become so complete, so consuming, that even the involuntary urge to vocalize has been overridden by the need to be still and ready. It is one of the most fascinating things to observe in a domestic cat, a window into the animal that exists beneath the familiar, comfortable creature that sleeps on your couch. These two things live in the same body. The silent chatter is a reminder of that. The science behind these sounds. So why do cats make these sounds at all? Let's go to the actual science behind this. Cats are obligate carnivores. Their entire sensory and neurological system, vision, hearing, reflexes, motor control, is optimized for one primary function: hunting. When prey appears, a cascade of neurological responses fires in sequence. The visual cortex locks onto the target, adrenaline rises, and the motor cortex begins pre-activating the kill bite sequence, the precise jaw motion used to deliver a fatal bite to the prey's spinal cord. Chattering appears to be a motor overflow response. The body is so physiologically primed to execute that kill bite that it begins running the movement pattern even without contact. Your cat is not choosing to chatter. The chattering is happening to your cat. It is the body executing a program that the brain has fully loaded but cannot complete. This also explains why it's involuntary, why it happens specifically to prey and not to other stimuli, and why some cats seem almost startled by themselves when they do it. The chirp tells a different story. In 2010, researchers from the Wildlife Conservation Society documented something that had never been recorded before. A margay, a small wild cat native to South America, producing near-perfect acoustic imitations of the calls of pied tamarin monkeys in order to draw them closer. The margay was hunting by sounding like the prey. This was the first documented case of a wildcat mimicking prey vocalizations, and it changed how scientists think about chirping in domestic cats. The chirp, bright, upward-inflected, almost avian, may have its deepest roots in this same strategy. Your cat may be producing a sound that, to a bird, registers as something familiar and non-threatening. The feathers and hollow bone exterior of prey psychology, rendered in cat, trilling originated in an entirely different context. It is fundamentally a mother-kitten sound, a vocalization designed for close quarters that carries warmth rather than aggression, that signals safety rather than threat. It doesn't travel far. It isn't meant to. It's a sound for nearness, for bonding, for the specific communication that happens between individuals who trust each other completely. The fact that adult domestic cats use it with humans, that they apply this same vocalization to you, in this house, in this ordinary daily life, reflects something genuinely significant. In the social and emotional architecture of your cat's mind, you have been categorized as family, not as owner, not as food source, as family. These aren't random noises. They are the outputs of millions of years of evolutionary pressure, preserved intact, and still operating in the small, quiet moments of your living room. Your quick reference decoder. Here is your sound-by-sound guide. Save this timestamp. Come back whenever you need it. Window chatter. Your cat sees prey it cannot reach. High predator arousal. Mild frustration. Translation. I see it. I want it. I'm being tortured by this glass. Play chatter. Your cat is in active hunt mode during play. Healthy, engaged, fully present. Translation. This is a real hunt, and I'm taking it seriously. Chirp, sudden excitement at something interesting, often an invitation to share the moment. Translation. Did you see that? Come look at this with me. Greeting trill warm. Relaxed acknowledgement of your presence. Given to bonded individuals. Translation. Hi, I'm happy you're here. Recall trill. Repeated directional trill, usually while moving toward something. Translation. Follow me. Come now, please. Chirp trill combo peak contentment. Positive overload. Happiness that exceeds containment. Translation. I am so genuinely happy right now. Silent chatter. Maximum predator intensity. Body present, mind entirely elsewhere. Translation. I am at my absolute limit. This is not the time. Context always matters. A chirp at a window means something different than a chirp directed at you. But sound plus body language plus situation, that combination, gives you near-perfect accuracy every time. You have the tools now. How to talk back. Here is where it gets genuinely interesting. You can speak back, and your cat will respond. The trill back. When your cat trills at you, try to trill back. Keep your mouth nearly closed. Aim for a soft, rolling sound from your throat. Something like burp, or even just a gentle humming with a rising note at the end. It doesn't have to be perfect. Cats are gracious about accent. Many cats respond immediately. They look directly at you, often approach, sometimes trill. Again, you have just had a real exchange in their language. A greeting offered and returned. A small conversation completed. The chirp acknowledgement. When your cat chirps at something in excitement, make a soft, quick murp. Back. Short. Light. Rising tone. What you're communicating is, yes, I see it too. I'm paying attention to you. Cats who receive this kind of acknowledgement during window watching often show reduced anxiety and agitation at the glass. The urge was communicated. It was received. That matters to them, even if they can't explain why. What not to do. Don't try to replicate chattering back at your cat during calm moments. Chattering is an involuntary predator state vocalization. Mimicking it in a relaxed context confuses the signal rather than deepening it. Speak, trill, and chirp. Leave the chatter for the hunting moments. Those are your cats alone. This language has been here the entire time. Your cat has been speaking it. To birds outside the window. To you in the hallway. To that fly on the ceiling at 2 in the morning. It has been reaching toward you in the only language it knows how to use. Now you can reach back. So here is your challenge for today. The next time your cat makes any of these sounds, don't ignore it. Listen. Look at the context. Run it through the decoder you just learned. And if your cat trills at you, trill back. See what happens. What sound does your cat make most often? Drop it in the comments below and tell me what was happening when they made it. I want to know what your cat has been trying to tell you. If this video helped you understand your cat a little better, a like means more than you might think. It helps us reach more people who are living with a cat they want to actually know. We have 9 more episodes in this series. Each one unlocks a completely new channel of cat communication. Tail signals, ear positions, eye contact, touch. Subscribe so you don't miss them. And save this video. The decoder, the sound breakdowns, you'll want to come back to this one. See you in the next episode.